Hi, so in this one, you're expected to open up PyCharm because we're actually going to be typing out all the programs we wrote using the while loop in the for loop to understand the difference and well, to look at which loop suits us better and which loop suits those programs better. So let's just get into it. So I'm already in my PyCharm. What I'm going to do is simply create a new project as always. I'm going to call this project for loop intro and create it in a new window. Once I've created this project, I'm going to remove the default code that PyCharm provides as always, and well, get into it. So the first one is to print all the numbers from 0 through 4, or the first 5 numbers from 0. To do that, I'll write for our control variable I in the range, oops, not the, in range 0 comma 5. So this is equivalent to while I is less than 5. Alright, so for I in range 0 to 5, you simply want to print out the value of I. And when I click on run, that's what I get. Yeah, that's very simple, super easy to read and understand, and well, takes up much lesser lines as compared to the while loop. Now, if I want to print out like the first 10,000 numbers, I just write 0 to 10,000 and then run that, and that would give me the first 10,000 numbers. Now let's say I wanted to print out the first 20 even numbers using the for loop. So what I could do is for I in range 0 comma 20. This would actually take the i's value from 0 to 19 because well, the range works in that way, right? It's 20 minus 1. So in this case, I would go for the range 0 to 21, and then we would check if I mod 2 equals 0, then print I, else do nothing, right? So let's just run this, and well, that gives us all the even numbers as always, but the for loop has an even better way to do this for you. So there are three parameters that you could give to the range function. The first one is the value you want to start at, the second one is the value you want to stop at, and the third one is the step value or the increment value. In this case, I want to increment the value of I by 2 at every iteration, and then I simply print I. And now if I click on run, it gives me all the even numbers from 0 to 20. It's really that simple, right? Now, in this case, if I just make the 0 to 1 and click on run, it would give me all the odd numbers from 1 to 20 or from 0 to 20 as well, right? So it's really just that simple. So that was pretty much about that. Let's take a look at some questions that we looked at using the while loops and put them to test with our for loops. So one question from that would be to print out the average of the numbers 0 to 10. So how would we do that? We'll simply create a sum variable that's equal to 0, then for control variable in range 0 comma 11, because we also want the number 11. Then we'll write sum equals sum plus I in the body of the loop, and well, we don't need an update statement because the range function takes care of that for us with a step of 1 as a default. So well, we'll just let it be that way, and then simply write avg equals well, sum divided by the numbers that we have. In this case, we have 11 numbers. So if we print out the average, we should get 5, and that's exactly what we get. If you wanted to do it with the other question, which was from 175 to 575, it's again pretty simple. You want to start at 175, you want to end at 576, and you have a total of 401 numbers. So you have it stored in your sum variable, and then you can simply get your average. So when I click on run, you get 375, which is the exact answer that we got here. It's really that simple. Now, in the next one, what we're going to do is we're going to be taking a lot of problems or a lot of questions that you can solve using loops. and then decide upon which loop we want to use, or if we want to use both the loops in these problems. At the same time, we'll also look at what is called nesting loops, which is writing loops within loops. So hang on for it. It's super exciting, super important, and it's really going to have you scratch your heads and, well, train your brain to think more, think faster, and, well, think in steps. So I hope you guys are having fun. If you have any questions, you know what to do. Put it down in the comment section, and my team or I will get to that super fast and give you an amazing answer that helps you out. As always, you can look for all of the code and all of these resources inside the course resources that are attached with this course, and help yourselves out with some extra practice, which is always needed for a programmer. Until then, I'll see you in the next one.